So I want to talk about what makes my harmonium and kirtan lessons unique from other teachers, other people that are offering lessons or workshops or trainings, things like that. What really sets me apart, my background, my perspective, my methodology, and what you can expect from taking lessons with me, and hopefully soon some online courses. So first of all, I have a background in music. I'm a lifetime musician, but I approach my lessons, so I have that understanding, but I approach music from a very intuitive way. I don't approach it from a theoretical point of view. I don't give lots of theory and exercises, and the fundamentals I teach are all connecting to music intuitively. I really want to support everybody getting into music, everybody accessing that music right away. So on the first lesson, most of my students are, all my students are always, they're connecting to music, they're connecting to the sound, they're making music right away. Music is about making music, it's not about theory, and I only use the theory at the bare minimum to support someone to connect to music, to enjoy music. And it's not a lot of theory, actually, it's very little. And if people want to learn more, of course, I have a lot to teach, but I just want to give the bare minimum so that people can enjoy the experience of music. Music is an energy and experience, it's not theory and technique. So there's no exercises, it's just connecting to the music. The second thing is, in terms of your learning style, like I'm very flexible in teaching to, I don't have this like rigid methodology where I teach this way and this manner. I'm really taking in and observing and absorbing what kind of person you are, where you're at with your musical journey, with your own receptivity, with your own style, so that I can communicate to you in the way that works best for you, that you receive. Some people are visual learners, kinesthetic learners. Some people want to know a lot of, overarching principles and philosophies, and some people need more experiential things. Some people need more repetitions, less repetitions. So, I'm tuning into all of this to make your lesson really work the best for you, to bring you deep into devotion, into learning the music. And the next thing is, lessons are experiential. So I'm not just teaching, here's where the chords are, here's how to sing this song, here's, when you change, here's the fingering, here's the whatever, that's just the tip of the iceberg. So what I'm really trying to do is to teach those things, but in a way that it drops you into experience. So you have the direct experience yourself during the lesson of connecting to devotion, of connecting to your heart, of connecting to the divine and the meditative energies, so that you can have this taste, so you don't have to just do it all on your own and I just teach you the keyboard part. But no, I'm supporting you and giving you an initiation and an experience to drop into that energy so that you can taste it and then continue to explore it on your own when you're practicing. But so lessons are experiential. Lessons themselves are meditation. Lessons themselves are devotion, because our practice should be devotion. It's not just when we lead a kirtan or whatever. It's every moment we connect to the instrument. It can be a moment of devotion. It can be a moment of meditation, and this is why it's a spiritual practice and not just a performance of something. And let's see, what else? So also, I support you in accessing that devotion. There's many different visualizations, many different approaches, teaching you about the different deities, teaching you about the principles of Bhakti, teaching you of different ways to connect during your day and in different moods, in different ways, and also in the lesson dropping you into that experience. So all of these different things to support you in developing more devotion in your life and developing more connection to the divine. And when we want to, when we really want to lead kirtans, whether it's for ourselves, whether it's just for a friend, whether it's for a group of people, the more devotion, the more access we have to that devotion in our day-to-day life, the more it's going to be able to be transmitted at that exact moment of when we're doing it. So the more practice we have, the more we weave it into our life, then the more access we have. So I support you in teaching you about those principles and different visualizations, meditations, exercises, and things, so that you can have more devotion in your life and then transmit it through the music. And so lessons are also healing. So I'm a somatic therapist, and so I go through that process myself, and I support people in going through the process of connecting to the feelings, connecting to the energies, the sensations that are happening inside us moment to moment, and understanding them, working with them, and transmuting them, because most of them just come from the past. They're these old stories, the old wounds that we have from different experiences or our culture, and they're in the way of us accessing our divine love and our true potential. So I support you to move through all those obstacles, and I talked about the 6 obstacles of the voice healing, and there's similar obstacles in connecting musically with the harmonium. The perfectionism, fear of getting it. We have kind of a fear and a restriction on getting something wrong, fear of being heard, fear of being too much. All those are like the main ones. So all of these things in one form or another are there within us, and I create the environment and the conditions, and I create that safe space so that it's okay for those things to be there. Those are part of the experience, part of the process, and then help lead you deeper to overcome them and not fight with them, not resist them, not run away from them, but just to be with them and to allow them to be there, but then not let them be an obstacle to going deeper into ourselves, deeper into the connection, deeper into our love, our peace, our meditation, our devotion. So the lessons are also healing containers as well. And there's been many tears in my lessons, many breakthroughs, many, I love to see students overcome their limitation. There's a fear. I'm a teacher and you're the student, and it's like people put, something changes when that happens, but we're really just two humans here. And I know, more about harmonium and kirtan in a lot of ways, but, it's not, the lesson isn't about you performing for me and pleasing me. The lesson is about you connecting deeply. And so that dynamic is naturally there, and we can work, we work with that as well. And I also have developed a voice healing system, so you get the benefit of that, of me support. It's not the main focus of the harmonium lessons because we're working on mostly the harmonium and the devotion, but there is an element of the voice healing that comes in naturally, so you learn to connect more with your devotion and overcome the different obstacles that I described. And I don't give you as much experiential time for that because that's more, it takes time to get into, and the lessons are short, but I do give you the guidance and suggestions and help you work through those things during the lesson to a smaller degree. And then the last thing is, so my goal in supporting you as a student is to help you connect deeply to the devotion, to carve out that devotion and to connect deeply to the devotion when you're chanting, whether it's for yourself, whether it's with others. And I developed a system to support that, because what I realized in my own process, even though I had played music for so many years, I was comfortable with the keyboard, still I wasn't accessing the devotion as fully as I was when I was just singing in someone else's kirtan. And I was like, well, I want to be able to go just as deep when I'm playing as I am when I'm not playing. And so what are the things that are in the way? And so I started realizing what was in the way, and I developed a system to help overcome that. So, basically, if we're connecting to the divine, if we're singing to the divine, if there's anything else in our mind, if there's anything else in our awareness, it's going to be distracting. We can only have one thing in our awareness, one thing in our mind at a time. And so then that should be God, that should be the divine energies. And so all the other things, they got to go. So where do I put my hands? What's coming next? Oh no, what do I do now? How does my voice sound? What's the drummer doing? All these things are in our mind, and if we can't work with it and let it go of it immediately, just come to the trust and the connection to the divine, then we're not going to be able to enjoy it. And the more we enjoy it, the more we're connecting to that energy, then the more others will, and will experience that divine energy during the kirtan as well. So I developed a system to learn the keyboard, to use the harmonium in such a way that when you're chanting, you don't have to think about it. The hands are moving automatically from one chord to the next, from one line to the next, and you don't have to look at your hands, you don't have to think about what's next, because that thinking back and forth, looking at the sheets of paper, what chord is coming next, or where do my hands go, what key is D and what key is F, all of these little fluctuations of the mind are keeping our mind very scattered and going in all different directions and unstable. So we want to, as much as possible, be only focused on the divine, and it is possible, and I have a system to do that. It's a very simple system that I teach you during lessons, so that the movement of the hands, all the technique is just totally automatic, and all you have to do is just sing your heart out. So yeah, these are the things, these are the reasons that my lessons, my kirtan lessons, my harmonium lessons are unique, I feel. And if you're interested to learn with me, just come on over to Instagram, send me a message, and I look forward to chanting together.